They say in the beginning, when God made earth, there was a Garden of Eden. Some say Adam and Eve were the first man and woman placed on earth. But my mother used to tell me a different story. That before Eve, there was another woman, Lilith, who emerged out of clay with Adam by the divine of God. Over time, Adam would give Lilith demands as his woman, but she refused, as she was equal to him and took no demand from someone who was equal of her. God made Lilith decide to obey Adam's demands or to leave the garden. And so, she left. Damning God's name, she birthed horns and wings and she flew. She was exiled, and she turned her back on God. In her absence, Adam grew lonely and begged God for a companion. So God took a rib of Adam and made Eve. She was beautiful, and the time that she spent in Eden was pure bliss with Adam. Over time, Lilith heard of their happy lives, so she assumed the shape of a serpent and whispered sweet, sweet sins into the ears of Adam and Eve. From there, she was damned by God and was deemed the mother of demons. And that's where our story begins. At the end of the year, in a fiery pit down under the earth, in the land of the shadows, and where the dead gathered, a baby was born. In the hands of a crying mother laid a baby that didn't make a sound. The mother placed a kiss on the baby's head, and their blood-red ruby eyes looked back. The eyes of a child of Lilith, a mother of demons. She bared rose quartz horns, webbed wings, and a serpent's tail. Truly, a monster from hell, a succubus. Her name is Siia Kiname, and she's the first of many daughters of Lilith, a mother that was never truly there for her, but she always missed her. Deep down she knew she cared for her while she reaped hell, as one day that'll be the duties that she will need to fulfill, as Siia will follow her mother's footsteps, to assume the burden as one of the rulers of hell, future and forever. In the time before then, though, she grew lonely. She often spent her time wandering the empty halls, and every night peering out the window to the moon and stars, pondering many things. Why me? Is this all I will ever amount to? Is this all I have to offer? The time passed, and the darkness festered. In her solitude it ate and ate at her. It became all she ever knew. She grew accustomed to the darkness, to the loneliness, to the emptiness. Sadly, the eclipse of her heart did not grow away. Instead, it grew with her and decayed her soul. She felt like she no longer knew herself, no longer knew who she was. Looking at her own reflection, she truly didn't recognize who looked back. She hated it. She hated herself. She hated everything and everyone. Then, the darkness truly suffocated her. She simply couldn't bear it anymore. It felt like minutes, days, months, years. It all went past so fast, yet so slow. In the end, she knew it was her decision that allowed her heart to be tainted, allowing it to eat her heart from the palm of her hand. She offered it her happiness, love, light, to this sorrow and grief in her heart. She knew no one will come, no one will save her, no outside force will help her, because she was someone that found comfort in her own sorrows. That depression turned into frustration. How could she let her own emotions eat at her for this long? Her life isn't a fairy tale, and sometimes the only person that's there for you is yourself. She knew this. So she decided to treat herself the way she wished someone would treat her, to be her own light, to show herself what love is. She finally grew. Her heart finally started to beat. Slowly at first, and it was scary. Was she allowed to be happy? Was she allowed to be selfish? Love was in many different things she learned from then. Surprisingly, in very small things. The way the light shines, the warm embrace from a flame, the dance that food does on a tongue. She then desired to grow even more, getting new hobbies and friends along the way. Like how to sew your own clothes, learning how to create curses and tattoos on bodies, and dabbling in the dark arts such as witchcraft and necromancy. Oh, such fun. In the end, she learned how to truly respect the dark times, and the curse on her heart lifted. Even though the dark times hurt and pained her, it was the death and grief that allowed her to grow. The death marking a new beginning. She wouldn't be who she was now without the ugly times. So she cared for it. She cherished those dark memories despite the pain it may bring. She was no longer a victim of it. But this is only the beginning. Each day will always be a new beginning. So, you've been listening for long enough. Would you like to learn how to summon her? Your very own succubus? All you need to do is to follow these instructions. It must be when the moon has risen and a summoning circle has been drawn, with an offering, may that be blood, hair, yourself, or even some yummy food. Then you have to say the following. Great Lilith, I seek your blessing. I ask a favor of you if it pleases you. All I want is my very own succubus. Then, wait. Oh, what's this? My very first summoning? Every part of me is burning, and it's shredding my soul. But it feels so good.